Hey guys, welcome to Raja Makes Money. How are all my money makers doing? I hope you guys had a great weekend. And in the comments below, is CCIV going to have the merger this week on Monday or Tuesday? Leave a comment. I want to know what you guys think. But let's get right into it. What a weekend. What a weekend. It's so nice to have a weekend. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Sometimes on the weekend, I can like sleep in, I can relax. It's weird. Like my body, like a clock, like a 4, 5, 6 in the morning. It's ready to go. I start watching the market, and I bet you guys, you just get so excited in the hype of it and everything going on and getting ready and watching stuff move. And especially because now there's so many so much more stuff is moving pre-market nowadays than during the market. Like it's crazy, like how high stuff is going pre-market. So huge opportunities in these pre-markets and aftermarkets to take advantage and make a lot of money. But unfortunately, those time hours aren't. The aftermarket time is fine, but there's early market. It starts trading at 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock Mountain Standard Time where I am. So it starts pretty early in the day. So that definitely takes it out of me when I get up and I can't get back to bed all day. But just so much excitement. Like I said, it's like a 24/7 casino. Well, or it's like a 12-hour a day casino, I guess you could say, or 8, 12, 14-hour day. It's insane. But hey, let's get right into it. Remember, I told you guys we would have some gains. So we were down 69,000 on Friday at the close, but now it's only 56,000. So we actually picked up about $14,000 once everything was sorted out. So that's not a bad little gain, as I predicted would happen, that we would come up. So the big news: I own 40,000 shares of CCIV, and this is the big one. I mean, this is the one. Is this thing going to Monday, Tuesday, are we going to have a deal or not? I also own 180,000 shares of IDEX, Ideanomics, and that's another electric vehicle manufacturer. Jaguar, that had that little pop last week and then kind of came back down. So I don't know. This could be a good buying opportunity. I like what I'm seeing here. CTYX, we still have the same. Oz, Energy, NW Biotherapeutics, Alternate, OP Tech, Ambio, Naked, Bantech, Ascent Solar, Goldrich Mining, Dark Pulse. We got back into Sun Hydrogen and Asia Broadband. I may buy some more Asia Broadband. I like this one. This is, the gold mine, the blockchain gold mining and backed by gold and stuff. Elite Pharmaceuticals. This one we don't have a large position, and it was up. If this one comes back a little bit, I'll probably just get out of it pretty quick. China Infrastructure. Hopefully that one comes back. And our Fresh Promise Foods. And you can see here, this is the win-loss. This is, we have some losses and a couple of green, but we're going to average down. Like I said, now that we have some buying power, let me show you guys. So now that everything's sorted out, all of my $38 million margin call has gone away. I have almost $900,000 available in buying power. I do have some new stocks I like, a couple of new ones we're going to be looking at this week. But the good news is we have buying power, and we're going to average. We're going to get some of these, and we're going to average down. I wish I averaged down 3 times on alternate systems. This is the electric motorcycle. And as you can see, we had a huge day on Friday with that one. If this thing, but I was like thinking about averaging down more. Oh, I wanted to actually, and I just didn't have funds available the other day because when it was at 8 cents, I thought it was good. But like I said, so much stuff going on. Alternate systems here. We need about 4 cents more to break even. So it's better than the 18, 19 cents where we started on it. But I think it's got potential. It looks like it's getting set to do some stuff. So we have a lot of good stuff. I think this week was going to be an exciting week, and it should be fun. But let's talk about reality, guys. Look at this. Since the year to date, 39.48%, 40% return. That's pretty good. And after this week, I'm going to make another 500,000 this week, and I'm going to have a 50% return in the first 2 months of the year to show you guys. I know we can do it. I've got faith in myself. I'm going to make the trades happen. But and you guys should remember, this is my money. This isn't anybody else's money. This is my money in play, just like it's your money when you guys are trading. And you know what? We got to make a lot of money. There's so much opportunity for us in this market, and with everything going on. Futures, they were down a second ago. Now they're up. Now they're flat. They've been bouncing around, but pretty much flat. I'm not expecting anything too drastic, on the opening and stuff, with the market and everything going on. A couple of things, Bitcoin, of course, new highs, $58,000 it hit. Is at 57.2 now. The low in the last 24 hours, 55.5. I mean, this thing is a rocket ship. I don't get it. It makes no sense to me. I understand it going up, but I mean, like another 10,000 this week. It's just insane. Dogecoin, that thing is still just staying around 5 cents. So I think this one's over. I think we'll stop watching it here in the next day or two. But I mean, the big news, obviously, CCIV. The question is this thing going to merge? United takes 24 Boeing 777s out of service as the FAA orders inspections following engine failure. Yeah, did you guys see that yesterday? Here in Colorado, right? Actually, we're in Westminster, Broomfield, about a mile from my office is where all the airplane engine caught on fire and these pieces just flew or came down to the ground. Luckily, thank God, nobody got injured, but definitely definitely big and stuff. So definitely scary situation there. But all right, but back to so CCIV this week. Is it going to be a Friday? I mean, Monday or Tuesday? So this article came out yesterday talking about Lucid has said a near deal to go public. Bloomberg and Reuters, they wouldn't be reporting this stuff if it wasn't true. That these are big publications, so that they wouldn't be publicly saying these things if this really wasn't about to go down. So a lot of people obviously potential here and everything, but it's an interesting article. It just says the real question is how do they value this? How do you value this company, and then what does it equal for the CCIV shareholders? I've read articles where it could be equal to, 60, 70, 80, 90, $100 a share. It could be $20 a share. I mean, if we just do the math on the SPAC itself, it raised at $10 a share, it raised $2 billion. And if this thing's worth $15 billion or value, it says merger valued around $16 billion. So but this, like I said, you have other money out there. I don't know if the SPAC's buying the entire deal. CCIV is trying to raise more money, but they have $2 billion they've raised. It's great that their stock price is so high right now, but that doesn't really help them because that's not what they raised. They have the $2 billion they raised, and they're trying to raise another $1.5 billion, it says, but it's still very confusing to figure out the math on this. So I have no idea. I do know I own 40,000 shares of it now, and we have 700 contracts outstanding. So we have a lot of money in CCIV in play this week. Like I said, I'm and tomorrow, I'm not going to lie to you guys. If this thing's up 5, 6, 7, 8 points, the Raja is going to be cashing out. I made a lot of money on this, and I learned one thing. Anytime you make a profit and you cash out, they can't take that profit away from you, can they? Anytime you hold too long and it goes down and you don't make a profit, you could sometimes never get that profit back. So nothing wrong with taking a profit and being happy and doing so. So CCIV, fingers crossed. Let's hope this thing has a big Monday, Tuesday, or we get the pop in the news that we're all expecting, and this thing goes off to the races. Also, guys, big shout out to all my Patreon members. Welcome, guys. All our Patreon members get my trades in real time. That's right. As I make them in real time, they are watching them. They are getting notified about them in our Patreon group. We also now, for Patreon members, have a Facebook group where a lot of chat is starting to really pick up and get chatty in there. So that's terrific. But anybody can join the Patreon group. Just go to patreon.com/Raja Makes Money. Also, guys, the Webull Challenge is still underway. We have the Webull plaques. 3 people, we're going to have a first, second, third place. Make sure the Webull link, you guys update us with how you're doing in the contest. And you can still get in the contest. You can only put $100 in your account. It's a max $100 contest to be able to enter this. Is how much can you make with $100? A guy could join on the 27th with $100, and he may make more than all of us. Also, you still get the free shares from Webull, and those do count in the challenge. So if you get lucky and get get one of those shares at Google or Facebook, when you get one of those shares at Google, you probably win the contest because what is that, like $3,000 or $1,800 a share? So definitely got stuff there. But there's a new one here, guys. I like this one. So we saw this one on Friday. I think we discussed it briefly. GS Acquisition Holding Corp. Why do I like this one, you ask? Well, let me tell you. So one, this thing spiked out of nowhere. Let's look at the one-day chart. So when CCIV went down, this thing shot way up because all of a sudden the rumor mill thought they were going to be the buying of it. But this is Goldman Sachs, Goldman Sachs. And just like CCIV, Goldman Sachs has like 3 or 4 of these holding companies now. This one looks the most interesting, and I really like the premiums. This thing at $15 a share. Let's go over here to a Schwab, and we'll look at the chains. I like this one, GSAH. I'm going to be probably using some of my buying power to get into this one. And I like the strikes. This reminds me of when I was looking at CCIV when it was $15, or it was like, is it 15? Yeah, around 15, and these were like $3 and stuff. So this reminds me of the same. Some of these have some larger spreads, but I think there's a good opportunity here. And I'm looking for stuff that we can make 8-10% a week on our money. This is one of those plays. So if you watch this and you see it here, so if we were to sell the $15 put to open, saying that we believe this thing will be above $15 where it's at in 30 days. The only thing I don't like is it's 30 days away, which is a long, long time. The 10s really have no value because even if you go out a couple of months, because the thing came out at $10, so it shouldn't go lower, than where it's at and stuff. But this is why I like it. So as an option play, what I'm probably looking at doing, and it's very simple to do. So we'll come in here. I like the 15s. I'll sell these to open. I'll show you guys. So you come in here, $15 ones. It'll either be the 15 or the 1750s. This takes our if the stock was at $15 and we did this and we got the $2.15, 20 cents, that takes our cost to $12.85 that would need to be above. So we would do a day order. You would put your limit order in. If you were to do one contract, you would review your order, and then basically we would collect $215 if this was filled. And so if you wanted to do one contract of this, and because this one still may have margin available, they may not have taken it away like they did on CCIV yet. So this one, you may be able to do more, but even if there was no margin available and you did one contract is 100 shares. So you would need $1,500, but then you get a $200 credit. So you basically, to do one contract, it would take you $1,300 in your account to be able to do this trade. Like I said, the only scary thing in these trades is it's a month away, which a month is a long, long time. So, you got to just, so that's the risk. That's why I also have, we play Apple and we play some other stuff because those you don't have to wait a month. But the problem is right now is Apple and some of these other ones. I mean, the VIG, which is volatility index, is so low on this stuff because they're not expecting a lot of movement, even though Apple had such a big movement, last week down 6 points. So it's been crazy. So, it's just hard. How do you know how the future looks in a month from now? Bonsai Yama Review, $10 super sticker. Thank you so much, Bonsai. If you guys haven't checked out Bonsai's channel yet, he's the #1 massage and slot review channel in the world. That's right. Nobody else has more massage parlor reviews than Bonsai. Chris H in the house, one of our YouTube sponsors, and any of you guys can become YouTube sponsors. Get access to those extra cool emojis and stand out in the chat. Chris says, you're holding 2.2 million in their stock. I know love to gamble, but if it pops on Monday, I would reduce it. But that's what I said. Trust me, this thing, the Raja is going to be out. I'm going to make my 500,000 for the week, get up 50% for the year, and retire early for the week. Now, also, guys, I am in town Monday. I am here, but Tuesday and Wednesday, I am in Choctaw, Durant, Oklahoma, going to the casino there. But we'll still have the show, still be on the road, and still be trading. So definitely want to keep up with it. Let's see here. Somebody says, Bonsai. Kenneth, when I buy stock, goes down. When I sell, it goes up. This is my luck. So, and that's what I keep saying. A lot of times when I sell something, some of our over-the-counter picks, which have been phenomenal, when I sell them, they skyrocket. It's crazy. It's just crazy. If you want to know when to buy or get out of a stock, wait till the Raja sells and don't wait. Sometimes, no, it's crazy. A couple of updates for you guys. AMPE, this is from the research team. So AMPE looks like a cup handle on the charts, ready to blow. Naked has set a flag, looks to pop from here. We own 25,000 shares of Naked, so it's looking pretty good. DNN, this is a new one we haven't done anything with. Watching closely for a base to be set here, then a bounce. CTRM, this is something that somebody asked about in the group. Looks like it could pop from here based on the chart, but I don't know. Sundial, SNDL, we have been in already and out, but this one looks like it's ready to roll again. I don't know. This is what the research team is telling me. So, hey, you know what? But, all our Patreon members, you guys got access to Kenny now and the rest of the research team. So, hopefully you guys are able to take advantage of it. And like I said, post away in there. That's what they're there for. They're there to help you guys. So what I was telling you guys about volatility and how I look for stuff and what it's doing. So Apple. So last week we would have played Apple. Apple was 135, 136 on Friday. If I would have done my normal, hey, I'll get 1,500 contracts of Apple, trying to make 150, 200 grand. Well, because volatility was so low on Apple, the $32 strike, which, seemed pretty good, 4 points away, was only 50 cents. So if I sold 1,000 contracts, remember guys, one contract at 50 cents is $50. 1,000 contracts at 50 cents is $50,000. If I would have sold 1,000 contracts, I would have collected $50,000. Well, Apple closed at 129.87. So let's just say that simple, it closed at 130. My 50 cents would now be $2. So I would have been down on 50 grand I was trying to make. I would have lost 150 grand last week. Instead, we made over 550,000 last week, but I would have rolled it out. So if we had the 132, as you can see right here, it's $3. So I would have had to buy back my 132s at $2. Because it'd be about $2.15 based on where Apple closed. And then I would have rolled it out. So I would have picked up another $1. So, but I'm still betting on Apple has to get above 132 for me to get paid. Now the 131s were $2.30. So I could have rolled it down $1. This takes $1 in risk off the table. So if Apple comes back only $1 next week and I can get out of them, I would be basically break even on that trade. Or, make a little extra, 10, 15 cents, not much, an extra 5, 10 grand with it, but then it has less risk. So if Apple doesn't come all the way back. So these are some different things that I look at. Hold on. This is a very important, excellent question from Robert. Who's in the research team? Unfortunately, we can't divulge the research team. I can tell you that the research team could be made up of several members sitting at the bar drinking beer on a Sunday. It could be high-level stock traders with millions of dollars a day being traded. It could be my twins. They may be just saying, Dad, look at this. I don't know. It could even be the one and only Phil Hirschberger. So thank you, Phil. I'm happy I explained that well. But no, guys, our research team is highly trained, very good. Also, remember, guys, this channel is for entertainment purposes only. These are just our opinions of what we think these stocks could or couldn't do, as well as I'm just sharing with you the trades I'm making. If you want my trades in real time, make sure you become a Patreon member and you get the trades in real time, patreon.com/Raja Makes Money. And you get access to the private Facebook group. So that's right. Emmett says it could be your imagination. The research team could be my imagination. So, but let's go back to here. So with Apple, so we have the 132. So we would have lost money this week. Now that Apple dropped so much in a week, the volatility is getting higher. So, well, a little bit higher, but it's still not that good. So Apple, here Apple is at 130. If you went 4 points away, let's say to 127, it's 74 cents. So if you did one contract, that would be $740. If you did 1,000 contracts, that would be 74,000. So if I wanted to, if I believed in Apple this week, the other thing is if you believe in Apple and it's going to stay strong and you have balls, you could do the 30s and you get $1.77. So now let's say I did 1,000 of those, that's 177 grand and basically gives us protection down to a 128.25. So if you think Apple's going to be above 128.25 and you want to break even and risk a lot of money to make 177,000, that would be a good play. If you think Apple's going to go up next week to, let's say, $1 above 131 again, you could do the 131 call this is if you didn't own anything. Like right now we have nothing, and I could say, I could do those at $2.31. I do 1,000 of them, I get 230 grand. If Apple is above $1.31, I keep 230,000. I would rather make a little bit less and play it safe. But if I tie my money up into it, it's not the return on investment. So with my account size, if I had all $7 million into Apple, I could probably write 2,000 contracts. So if I wrote 2,000 contracts of the 126, and even if we were successful with them, the most I could really make for the week would be $110,000, because 1,000 contracts at 55 cents is 55 grand if I had 2,000 contracts. So on $7 million, if I made $100,000 for the week, that return on investment would be about 1.3% maybe. That's not going to get us to 15, 20, $25 million. So what I'm doing a lot of the times is I'm shopping premiums and making sure what looks and makes the most sense. So that's what you always have to do. You just got to, what makes the most sense? Where is the best volatility, and where is everything going to go? So people ask, what is volatility? So as the markets, so let's say everything's going well in the market. So, and this is how volatility works. So it's called the VIG, VIG. There's a volatility index that you can watch. And when it spikes, when Trump was in office, the volatility index was spiking and moving a lot more frequently based on what was happening. And as the volatility, it doesn't really affect the stocks, but it affects the option market with volatility. So the example is, this doesn't really relate to the stock market, but it relates to options and futures and stuff. But if there's a bad storm and, in Florida, and orange crops are going to get wiped out, the orange volatility then goes up. And, because people think there's just an orange shortage, or could be an orange shortage. And then the price of these options start trading higher. In Texas, with the big freeze, all of a sudden gas went up by 10 cents a gallon. Honestly, there was no change in gas price. There's more gas stored than ever before still. But because everybody decides we have a bad storm and all hell's breaking loose, their volatility goes up. So, raise prices. So imagine if you came to the bar tonight and you wanted a couple of beers, and I said, COVID, somebody could walk in the door tonight with COVID. We're at high alert. And a beer is normally $6, but tonight it's $8 because the volatility of somebody coming in the bar with COVID tonight is higher than it was last week for some reason. It's a make-believe scenario, but that's kind of how the volatility works. So hopefully that makes some sense to you guys. But yeah, the volatility is really, really big. I'm trying to make, on average, with my account size, I want to try and make 6, 7, 8, 9, 10% a week, somewhere above minimum 5% a week. Because I have a goal, The other thing is, as I have a bigger balance, let's say if I have $5 million and I make, 10% for the week, I make 500 grand. If I have $10 million and I only make 5% for the week, I have 500 grand in profit. So as it gets bigger, it's easier to make money, but it's actually harder because the law of numbers works against you. And like you guys saw, when I start doing large trades, I get screwed. Something like an Apple, I don't really get screwed because the market maker can take it, they can handle it. But when I'm doing these smaller stocks and I'm trying to do 900, 2,000 contracts, crazy amounts of contracts at once, it is very hard if you have to move fast. And these market makers have you by the balls. So that's why it's very hard, especially like something like this with the monthly ones. You're in their mercy. I mean, yeah, like I said, for the smaller player, you guys are great. 1 contract, 5 contract, 10 contracts, 20 contracts. The market maker don't care. Here they are. Here's 10 contracts. He's not going to screw you guys for a nickel. But for me, when I'm coming in and, playing and stuff, 1,000 contracts at a nickel, that's 5 grand. 1,000 contracts at a dime, that's 10 grand. These guys will take advantage of that all day long. So it's very tough. You have to be very careful. But like I said, just think, if we can make 7% a week, that would be 350% return a year. So, but I think you guys are gonna see, we're gonna blow this thing out. We're gonna, by the end of the year, it's gonna be way above $25 million. We're gonna, and like I said, this is my money, so I'm gonna work just as hard. This is my money. I don't want to lose it. I'm gonna work just as hard on it as I would hope you guys are working on yours. And like I said, I want to share with you how I'm doing it. And it's tough. Like I said, the bigger, imagine when I do have $25 million and we're trading it and I'm trying to make trades and come up with what's going to do well. It's going to be tough. And That's right. Thank God for the research team, because we need them and we got to get those good picks out of them. So, guys, the big news this week, CCIV. Is this going to happen? Is this deal going down? Is it happening? Is it going down? Right here. Lucid Motors near deal. This is on Bloomberg. It's on Reuters. This is big. It could be a value up to $15 billion. Is it going down? I don't know. What do you guys think? How many people think it's going down? I am telling you this. I'm not going to lie to you. If this thing is, if this is up 4 or 5 points tomorrow, we have a nice profit, the Raja is out of here. You know, if this thing's up 4 points tomorrow, or if this thing's up 5 points tomorrow, we have an account all-time new high, pretty much guaranteed. Also, Ideanomics, like I said, and that's the other thing. So I do own these. I could write contracts or write the calls against them to collect some money, but you know, the thing is, you know, you're sitting for a month waiting. So the same with this one here. This one, obviously, these got put to us at $5, so we're underwater. We got 50 cents a contract. So I need, about 50 cents out of here, 50, 60 cents. I may not take the full 50 cents. This thing's up 25 cents, 30 cents. I may just get out of it. I may hold it. It's not hurting me really bad, but it ties up $693,000. So for the next 30 days, if this thing's not going to go to $5 and I have $693,000 tied up, and you do the math, and we're trying to make 7% a week, that's 28% on $693,000. It's about $125,000. So, that's $42,000 this week. I've got to figure out how to make on this. So if we're returning 6-7%, let's just say at 7% on 700,000, that's $49,000. I've got to figure out I'm losing $49,000 on this money being tied up if this stock doesn't go up by 30 cents this week. I need 30 cents out of this stock, basically, to make maybe 28 cents. I need 27, 28 cents out of that stock to make up for tying up that money if I have other stuff that I can put this money into and make me 6, 7, 8% a week. So that's kind of how I look at it. I look at my account as an overall in size and stuff like that. So if we're not making, 7% on something, and we're tying up $1 million or $5 million, then we're not making money. So we got to, definitely take a look at that. AJ says, I've seen projections for CCIV. They say it'll top out at $70 short term and then move to 100. There's an article that an unnamed source says the merger announcement is Tuesday. Yes, lots of articles about Tuesday. People keep saying Monday merger day. Everybody keeps saying Tuesday. I love it. I think here's what we're gonna have tomorrow. Pre-market, and every Monday for the last month, pretty much. This thing has been up, 8 to 10 points pre-market. The great opportunity. You know what? I'm probably also going to day trade CCIV this week. You guys remember when we day traded GameStop? So what I'll do is I'll probably do a step program of so much every minute or two. So let's say we'll buy 5,000 shares. If it goes up, and we'll set a price. I buy 5,000 shares, it goes up, we'll say 50 cents. It goes up 50 cents, we sell, we make $2,500 on those 5,000 shares. If it comes down by every minute, every time it comes down by 50 cents or $1, we'll decide on, so we have kind of a limit, we'll buy 5,000 more shares. So if this thing came down, let's say 3 points, we'll just keep buying. And then at some point it's going to come back. It's not just going to go straight down forever. Then it bounces back and we get to a break even, or we get to our 50 cents a share profit. And now we have 20,000 shares we bought over the last 4 or 5 minutes because it's been moving so much. And then it comes back and then we make $10,000. It's so easy to day trade. And I'm going to show you guys live in our Patreon group again when I do it. So if you guys want to watch that, make sure you become a Patreon member and check it out. Just go to patreon.com/Raja Makes Money. Also, big shout out to everybody watching on Facebook today. If you guys haven't followed me yet, make sure you click on that follow button and tell your friends and share it on Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to me and also click that little gray bell so you get notifications when we go live. We are a live show, so if you don't get notified, you're not going to know we're live. But John says, I'm guessing CCIV shareholders will get 10% of the combined equity in Newco Lucid. We'll get 90%, which means new market cap will be $150 billion. That's crazy. It is crazy because Tesla is only $800 billion or $850 billion, and even NIO is only $85 billion. So pretty crazy there. Hey, Raja, what do you think about lithium? Everyone's saying going to be a shortage. I don't know. Yeah, that's I have heard that lithium shortage due to electric car batteries needing the most pure lithium. Yeah, definitely. I know some of these lithium have done well. Some of these battery ones and different stuff lately. Satoshi research team rocks. Awesome. I hope you've been enjoying them. And guys, take advantage of them. You got Kenny in there and the rest of the research team. A lot of those guys do not want to come public who they are in there, but they are in there. They're reading stuff, watching stuff, and making sure Kenny gets you guys that information. So, but hey, guys, tomorrow is the day of reckoning. Well, tomorrow or Tuesday, I think, for CCIV. So we have a lot at stake in it. Just to recap where we're at for the week, we have 40,000 shares that got put to us at $55. Then we have 700 contracts of the $45 one. So this one, same kind of deal. If CCIV is up 5 points, this will probably drop by 2 points. So we'd have 140 grand profit. Otherwise, this is a long month to ride out. And then we have our Ideanomics, Jaguar, CTYX. We're hearing good things about CTYX, coming back up and stuff. OZOP, NW Biotherapeutics, Alternate Systems, Ambio. We have a lot of stuff in play. So a lot of opportunity. And my goal is to get all this green. We're going to average down and get it all green. Bermuda, $2 from chat. Next time Raja come to Vegas, we are having a beer. March 1st and 2nd, the Raja returns to the Cosmo to celebrate 300,000 subscribers on my Big Jackpot channel. So make sure you come on out for that. But yeah, so good stuff here. So we've got our work cut out for us. Some of these aren't too bad. Some have a little profit, but just Jaguar. I mean, this thing the other morning was $3.60. When this thing pops, it is going to pop and be big. So Andy says, what do you think about the drugs waiting to get approved by the FDA? Do you follow these approvals in companies? So I do watch some of them. One we did play recently was AMPE, Ambi. And that one we started playing at $1.50. And if I remember right, AMP, sure, that one at $1. Oh, no, not AMP, AM. Pull that one. It's not that one. I thought it was AMPE, AM. Oh, yeah, AM. Oh, that's weird. AMP. Well, it's showing 50 cents. Hold on. AMP. Yeah. There we go. All right. I don't know why it gave me a weird quote. Pull it up for you. AMP, Ambio Pharmaceuticals. This is one that my buddy, who's actually a broker I've known for about 20 years, 30 years now, gave me. So we did play this one. We bought it, remember, like around $1.45, $1.50. I don't know. We sold it and made like 20 cents or so. It was a nice one. And then the thing went all the way up to like $2.30. It got right here. It got really going, $2.50 almost. And then I got out of it. I was like, another one we got out of too soon. Also, this one right here, NW Biotherapeutics. This is another one. This is on a future drug thing coming out. So hopefully they get approval here soon. NW. Oops, is that it? Oh, I did. There we go. NWBO. There we go. Yeah, so there's another play like that. So there's a lot of them and stuff. Mitchell Pilot, $2 from chat. You'll be a multi-billionaire in 5 years. Thank you, Mitchell. Hopefully, I'm on my way. But PLTR, Plantair, people are talking. So, this is an interesting one. And it's a local company here in Colorado. And I think this one is part of the meme, the Reddit, Wall Street Bets people. Here's my thoughts on this, and let me tell you why. They came out with earnings. We know how much they're going to make. They also came out with forward, like most companies give you like forward, things. This stock, since going public, is already up, 300% or 2/3, like from $10 to 30, from $10 to $35. It's up 300%, I think it's what 200, whatever that equals percentage wise. This thing has already come a long way. They came out with earnings. They told us how it looks. They're losing money. And they said they have some big contracts, and I know you guys all know about the big contracts, and we could go into that. But the company came out and said, we're not gonna beat earnings this year. We don't have anything big going on. So I mean, this is a play that you're basically waiting, for a year, or I mean, something new to happen. So I don't know. I mean, I think it's a good company. I think they have a good future, but I'd rather buy a company that's making money and go somewhere. I don't know. Like I said, I think this one is the Reddit community got a hold of it. I mean, look at the chart here. I mean, this thing was 37.50 pre-earnings. It tanked, then it was back up, earnings, then it came down all the way down, and now, I can't think of it. What a female hedge fund lady who's pretty big. She bought it. So a lot of people, maybe, Kathy Woods. There we go. ARK Invest. So this is a big player. She bought it. It jumped 15%. If Elon Musk tweets about it, it'll probably jump another 15%. But you got to remember, this lady has a lot of money. She's just, like I said, long term, I think it's going to be a great company. Short term, they don't make any money, and they just came out with earnings. I mean, this is like if I told you, don't buy this stock. They're losing money. Why would you want to buy it? Well, you say, well, yeah, but they got a great stuff in the future coming, or, new contracts and stuff. Okay. And how much money are they going to make this year? None. And when these future contracts come out, and how did they give you guys a outlook for the future? Yes, they give us an outlook. And you know what they said the outlook looks like? No growth, or I mean, we're going to grow, but not at the rate we thought we would grow. I mean, the company's being honest. So unless there's some surprise or they get some new customer, I don't know why everybody would want to jump on this. Like I said, it's your money. This is my money. I do what I want with it. It's your money. Do what you want with it. I just want you guys to make a lot of money. But think about stuff. You want to have a return on investment. Like I was just showing you, if your money's tied up, even if this thing goes up $3, that's only, over the next year, that's 10% return on your money, which is good. I mean, if your money was in the bank, you're not even going to make 0.5%, but it's tied up, and that's why you have to look at it and stuff. Also, you have restricted stock that's, can come on the market. And there's just so many things. A lot of these companies had warrants, and we talked about warrants the other day. Warrants are where you have a set strike price that you can buy stock for. Warrants are, that's how companies, entice you to buy their IPO. They throw in some warrants as a perk. If a stock runs, then everybody starts exercising their warrants. That was one thing I heard, is that somebody exercised a couple of $1 million worth of CCIV warrants. So warrants are good because warrants give the company additional revenue when they sell a warrant. The downfall is then that person takes the warrant, gets a share of stock, and usually blasts it, and that could hurt the stock. And it also adds more stock to the float. So a lot of times when you see these floats, or it says like this company has 100 million shares outstanding and there's 20 million shares in the float, that means 80 million shares are locked up. Well, out of those 80 million, let's say 10 million are warrants. If people keep converting their warrants, that's more shares that go into the float. The more shares that go into the float, the harder it is to get a stock to go up in price, because then you could have more buyers and sellers. So you definitely have to play those and look at them and stuff. And I know some of it sounds very complicated, a lot of this stuff, but it's really not. It's all pretty simple. And like I said, the research team's trying to do a good job. Kenny's been doing a terrific job explaining stuff to people. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying Kenny in there, and that's in our Patreon group. And like I said, any of you guys want to join us, we'd love to have you in our Patreon group. Just go to patreon.com/Raja Makes Money. Also, don't forget the Webull challenge still going on until the end of the month. We've got the plaques on the line, a first, second, third place plaque. Who is going to turn $100 into the most money? I can't wait to find out. If you guys are doing good, make sure you send in your updates. We shared the link earlier, and it's in the Patreon group too. Make sure you send in your updates so I can share some of those. Hopefully tomorrow, maybe I'll share some. Wolf says we need a Kenny emoji. There we go. And we need an RT emoji, so everybody can just post when they have a research team question. Just post the RT emoji. So, but hey guys, thank you so much. Thank you to all our YouTube subscribers and sponsors. Thank you to all my Facebook watchers. And hey, fingers crossed on CCIV tomorrow or Tuesday. We're gonna make a lot of money this week. I have a good feeling about it. And you guys are the money makers. I want you guys to have the best week ever. You hear that? The best week ever. This is going to be our week. Let's do it.